Undercover Reunion was actually based on a series of real-life events that happened many years ago when my girlfriend and I were huge fans of the television show The Man from U.N.C.L.E. We had, in fact, a room in the basement of my parents' house that was enclosed in concrete without any doors or windows or lights, pretty much just like the room that's described where my characters are trapped in the opening scenes of the book. At that time, we did have two classmates, two boys who just hated us for whatever reason. Little boys hated little girls back in the 6th grade. So we devised a undercover operation just like we were the Man from U.N.C.L.E. And we played spies, and we had files on these guys, and we pretty much fixed them really well. Not quite as well as the characters in the book, but we really were able to stop the harassment long before it became really, really bad. So flash forward 30 years later, and I'm sitting on the back porch of my girlfriend's house in Connecticut a year before our 30th reunion, and we're talking about how we were kids and what we did and reminiscing, and I said to her, what if we went back to our reunion next year and found out that Uncle was real? And not only was Uncle real, but one of our other classmates was actually the new head of Thrush, a criminal mastermind. And the new Uncle recruited us to infiltrate his organization and bring him down. We thought it was really a lot of fun to think about it, and that's how the story started. Of course, it was added to some more fascinating plot lines with political corruption and blackmail and extortion and themes that I hadn't even thought about when I started writing the story. But the whole idea was that underneath this little small town in Minnesota, Abbeville, Minnesota, there not only was an international criminal organization, but also the headquarters of the U.N.C.L.E. Now, someone had asked me if people who didn't know the show at the time, or maybe weren't fans of the show, or didn't even know it was around at that time, it was many years ago, would really understand the references to the Man from U.N.C.L.E. Because there are no characters in the book from the TV show. Napoleon Solo isn't in it, Eli Kyriakis isn't in it, but there are enough references to make it seem very, very real. That in fact, this TV show of fiction could have been an actual organization at that time. So it's very well mixed in with reality and fantasy, which of course all the stories are. It has not that much violence, but a little bit of violence, not that much romance. Well, it's got a lot of romance. Of course, it's a romance. It has a little romance. It has betrayal and revenge, and an excellent, excellent cast of characters, especially the evil mastermind, Wyatt Gaines, who is a slick character that everyone went to high school with. Now, what you will not find in Undercover Reunion are vampires, wizards, zombies, or teenage angst. This is a story written by a baby boomer for our generation, and for just about everyone who's ever attended a high school reunion and wanted something a little more. Undercover Reunion is available on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle. It's also available for the ebook readers, the Nook Reader, Barnes & Noble, the Sony Reader, just about every format you can possibly imagine. You can find it on my website at ravenwest.net, along with my two other novels, Red Wine for Breakfast, which takes place at a Los Angeles radio station, and First Class Mail, which is an intricate story about a writer, a postmaster, and a district attorney in New York City. So go online, take a look at Undercover Reunion, and have you open your invitation. You are cordially invited to the Abbeville High School Class of 72 30th Reunion. Bring your spouse, bring a date, but whatever you do, don't forget to bring your uncle. Undercover Reunion by Raven West.